it's zigzag into your floor plans. I can't see it in the floor plans.
Like,
To me, they look all the same.
to be, like, basically, they are whole floor plans. They are whole same floor plans. But the one thing is different between all of them is like the position on the floor plan. So let's say this is level 4 floor plan. The level 5 gonna be like that, and the level 6 gonna be like that.
So they're all the
So
same.
it's
all
whole
the
same.
sizes, but
Yeah,
they
it's
just
whole same
separate.
floor plan,
Yeah.
but it's just the position. But what I made sure to make it is to have all same floor. So they have all same colors from ground floor up to 27 levels.
Thank you.
That would be cantilever.
Yeah.
1 meter.
Yeah,
Each
because
level.
each level is
So they all go
one meter cantilever. So they can go and then they step back as well. So that's how I made this exact shape.
Okay, thank you. Standing.
Oh, it's my turn. Okay. My problem is that I was born to be an architect, and it's this infection that I've got. Okay, and I never stop learning. And I always look at work and things jump out. And when Fiona said that she had 14,900 square metres, and you said you had 17,000 square metres, and your report says 13,847 square metres.
The side size?
Yeah,
Side
all
area
of
is
these numbers are wrong.
17.
Yeah.
So the side area is
Mine's
17.
We're getting all of these different
That's right.
numbers. Yeah. So are we looking at the same site? Okay, that's just my little joke. Okay. But understand that people back here still look at your work, and I'm the one here with fresh eyes. So that takes me to the next point. And let me start out by giving you some congratulations. You've done a very interesting building.
Thank you.
And it's a lovely design, and there's some things there, especially that directional indicator where you've got it in the roof. That's really clever. I'll give you full points for that. I like that. Just that thing, you walk this way, you walk that way, because buildings can be confusing. And we're all so fascinated by buildings, and they take over our lives, and it gets to the point where we know them so well, but then nobody else knows them like us.
Yeah, and it's a complex, so how much I
So
explain
you're
it's
leaving-
gonna be a complex.
Yeah, so you're leaving some breadcrumbs for people to understand your building it, to discover it, and it makes sense. But I want to take you right back to the beginning, because I think that there's something that maybe you didn't consider as well as you could have, and that's with your site analysis. And you've got 3 options. If you could go back to your options page, I just want to check something with you.
Hopefully this is gonna work.
That one.
The shape one?
No.
I have one for shape and
I
one.
think the one above it.
This.
That one. Yeah, okay. So option 1 you gave away because it had shadowing to that side,
Yeah.
which was no good.
Out of shadow to parts.
And then option 2 you gave away, and I wasn't quite sure why you gave away option 2, because option 2, this fine lady actually showed us that those shadows were the best.
Yeah.
Now option 3, I think you've got a problem, because directly south of your building, and you're putting 27 stories right
Yeah.
next to your landscaped open space, it's never going to get any sunlight.
It's not actually in this point. If you go to this slide, let's say, see how it's like a little bit down.
So it ends up coming down.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
But,
All right.
but like that was just like let's say a position of the building.
Mhm.
So I was starting to think, where can I put the entry of the building? Like we're gonna be starting of the building.
Yeah, all right.
So that's
Okay.
why I start from.
Okay. Well, you fixed that problem because you dragged the building down a little bit. So your option 3 really isn't your solution. Option 2 is still the solution in terms of that
Yes.
site analysis.
Yeah.
Now, the next point. You've got this big building and it's taking up that bottom corner, so everything behind it, it really isn't a very habitable place for human beings. It's
Yeah.
27 stories
Yeah.
and there's no sunlight there. wouldn't it be better if that building actually flipped over the other way?
Like that.
So reverse it, flip it on the horizontal axis,
Okay.
and then you have a better spot for entry, and then the rest of the building opens up to the open space behind it.
But in this,
And then, let me finish.
yeah.
Then you've got all that perimeter so that the sun is actually hitting the building in exactly the right place.
Yeah.
And then you can start to play the game with solar gain and make your building a solar building, to make the building a sustainable building. Because at the moment, that building, when the sun hits it, little bits of it get sun and then little bits don't get sun, and depending on the sun angle, and it really doesn't work as a sustainable building. It's still just a box, in my opinion.
Thanks for your work and just letting your hard work throughout the year. Good attendance, every single session throughout the year. A couple of things I just want to talk about. Your SAT analysis is really short, so you need to spend more time. I know you mentioned that.
Totally.
I don't want to spend like same time with the others.
You don't ever
But
blame the other presenters for your
Yes.
side.
Because I know that I'm the last one, so that's why.
No, but you should just emphasize your SAT analysis as well and your sketch design. If you go back to your sketch design, please. You spend more time of your sketch design. I know you spend a long time on your rendering, presentation, whatever, but your sketch design skills are
Nothing.
not. Yes, yeah, especially. And I know you're going to uni from here, which is good. So you need to improve your sketch design a lot.
Yeah,
Because
okay.
you spend at least like 3-4 days time on your sketch design, and this is not probably more than 10 minutes. Yes, if you can, it would be good.
With respect, it looks like your very younger brother did.
Yes.
Because I did it in one day.
Well, also your sustainability issues, as mentioned with, I think Stan mentioned that, because you're probably just full of glass and curtain wall. You didn't mention about the type of glass you could be using, saving
Because I
energy.
couldn't show them.
Yes, or double glazing, or thermal, or dynamic glass, or whatever type of glass you're going to use. Otherwise, he's spoken well about your structural system, about your band beams, about your post tensioning to change the arrangement of the columns on the upper levels, on the opening side, on the top. So I think this is well covered. Just final thing, just to answer Stanley about the way of rotating the building. I know the building is always a compromise between two main factors. One of them, of course, is sustainability. The other one is as important as the sustainability would be the welcoming factor of the building. The building, especially 70% of the people coming from the train station, they want to face the building. They don't want to face the back of the building. But you can do probably a compromise between that, like the current situation. They have 3 buildings and a big plaza facing the train station at the back. So you can do that part of the building just facing the train station. At the same time, you protect the privacy of the people and also the view that you want to see facing the train station and over the train station into the cemetery, and achieve the sustainability issue at the same time. As you know, because architecture is a compromise between two manufacturers, and so this is the solution for it. But overall, it's a good effort. Thanks for that, Rona. Congratulations.
Thanks.